Your Honor, members of the jury, my name is Patel, first initial K, representing the accused Bobby Ben as his defense. This is a case of Bobby Ben who has been wrongly accused of second-degree murder of his girlfriend, Felon King. Mr. Ben was convicted in court for violating Section 229 and 235 subsection 1 of the Criminal Code of Canada. In this case, our client used self-defense which resulted in his girlfriend's horrific death. Bobby Ben is a 29-year-old male who works as a gym teacher at Marisopa High School. Mr. Ben and Miss King arrived at our client's house around 7 p.m. on June 13, 2015 for an exciting celebration. It was Ben's and King's 6-month anniversary and also happened to be Ben's birthday. They were both having a nice meal and sharing 2 bottles of wine. My client chose 3 meaningful words to express his feelings for Fallon. I love you. As Ben was about to make the announcement, King took out a birthday card that also said, I love you. They were both madly in love with each other at the moment. Later that night, Ben considered asking King to move in with him as he was ready for the next step in the relationship. But he decided not to ruin the perfect moment together. He wanted to enjoy the time he was spending with his girlfriend. Mr. Ben and Miss King decided to sleep around 12:30 a.m. as they were tired. Suddenly, between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m., Ben felt King rolling over in bed and falling asleep again. Ben was startled awake a few minutes later by scrapping noises coming directly from his washroom. Ben jumped out of bed, grabbed his weapon, a Glock 26 9mm gun, and limped to the bathroom as he could not walk as fast without his cane. He suddenly remembered that he had a few people come over to fix his roof, and his contractor had forgotten to bring his ladder with him, which was resting against the back of the house next to the bathroom window. Rain Lind, Ben's neighbor, had previously warned him that the neighborhood had a high rate of assaults and robberies. Lind had 3 children, including her partner, and she keeps a gun in her home as a precautionary measure in case of any emergency. Ben's neighbor carrying a gun had inspired Ben to get a gun for his own safety, as their neighborhood had previously seen several crimes committed before. Our client went through all these hurdles of needing a gun for his own safety. Therefore, he has the right to keep a gun in his home for his own protection. Ben was in pitch blackness, and he was afraid on turning on the lights because they would draw attention to whoever had broken in. Our client quickly told King to call the cops and limped to the washroom, only to discover the bathroom window was open. He noticed the toilet door was locked and assumed the robber was inside. He heard someone from the toilet say, I got a gun, a few seconds later. As a result, Ben was terrified, and in self-defense, he pulled the trigger with his gun and fired at various locations on the door, hoping it would harm the individual. Afterwards, my client was curious if his girlfriend was all right, so he went back to the bedroom, but King was not there. He went around the house yelling for her name when it suddenly dawned to him that King could have been the person in the bathroom. With shock, Mr. Ben limped to the bathroom, grabbing a curling broom from his bedroom and smashed at the door with it. He couldn't see where he was hitting, though, on the door, as he was only thinking about opening the door to see if his girlfriend was inside or not. When Ben was able to open the door, he found his girlfriend, Felon King, dead on the floor. Our client began to panic and screamed about the horrible incident that just had occurred. Every star, Ben's roommate ran up to the master bedroom a few minutes later, only to find Ben crying on the floor and King nowhere near him. A few minutes later, there were knocks on the door and a swarm of sirens encircling the area. The officers then told Ben to hire a lawyer for his own defense. Today you will hear from 2 defense witnesses, Bobby Ben and Every Star. We anticipate Mr. Ben is suspected to give a brief description of what happened the night and morning following Felon King's arrival. Ben will also explain why he pulled the trigger with the weapon and how he obtained it. Due to his leg injury, Mr. Ben keeps his gun close to him. We will indeed hear about this as well. We also have an understanding about the ladder that was been leaning against the window outside. Every Star is my second witness. You'll hear him talk about the weather, the noise in the neighborhood, the window of Mr. Ben's bathroom, and most importantly, Mr. Star will explain to the court about the ladder which Star took away before entering the home, given the risk of their neighborhood. We anticipate why Star was not present when this incident had occurred. The defense will now call the first witness. Mr. Ben, please come to the stand.